Now, let us see a C program in order to implement Banker's algorithm for deadlock avoidance. We know that in order to avoid the deadlock, we will use Banker's algorithm. In this video, we are going to develop a C program for the Banker's algorithm. In order to understand this program, you must have knowledge on the Banker's algorithm as well as an example. Already I uploaded a video on the Banker's algorithm. I will share that video link in the description as well as first comment. So first go through that video. After that come back to this program. Already if you have knowledge on the Banker's algorithm, now let's see the program. First let us see the variables here. First let us see the matrices. Matrix means a two-dimensional array. Here we have three two-dimensional arrays are there. The first one is max, the second one is allocation, and the third one is need. So the first one is max. So max means maximum number of resources of each process. So this 5 specifies that we have 5 processes, and the second subscript 3 specifies that we have 3 resource types. And the second matrix is allocation. It is also a two-dimensional array. The first subscript is number of processes. The second one is number of resource types. Next, need is also a two-dimensional array. We can calculate need by subtracting allocation from the max. So the formula for the need is max minus allocation. Next, if you see here, this available means available number of resources of each resource type. Here we have 3 resource types. So that's why here available, here the size is what? 3. Why? Because we have 3 resource types. Next one is work. Work is also available. So the initial value of the work is available only. Next we have here we have to find out the save sequence. Here totally we have 5 processes are there. So here the maximum, here the dimension is 5. So save of 5. So it specifies the order in which the processes are to be executed. Save sequence. So we have 5 processes are there. And the last one is total RES of 5. So it specifies total number of resources of each process. Total number of resources. So 3 is enough here. We can, if we want, we can write as 3 also. Why? Because here maximum we have 3 resource types only. Okay. Likewise here also for work also we can use 3. There is no problem. Okay. Next one is char finish of 5. So totally we have 5 processes. So that's why we have taken 5. Here the value of the finish may be either true or false, either T or F. So T means true, F means false. So here initially all the values are false. So false indicates that the processes are not executed. Whereas if finish of any process is true, then it means that that process is executed. Okay. Initially all the values are false. Okay. Next, ijk are nothing but loop variables. Next, to total allocated initial value is 0. Next one is state. The value of the state may be either 1 or 0. Next, this value is for save sequence array. Okay. Save of value, save of in the save we will use that value index. Next, let us see the inputs here. The first input is printf enter instances of each resource. So here totally the resource type totally contains here we have 3 resource types. So here we have 3 resource type means more than 1 element. So we must use an array. So scan of %d comma ampersand total RES of 5. If you see the example here, here we have 5 processes such as P0, P1, P2, P3, P4 and 10, 5, 7. So these 3 are nothing but total resource types. So resource type A has 10 instances, B has 5 instances, C has 7 instances. So this is nothing but resource type values. Let us see the next array. So printf enter the maximum resources of each process. Here we are using I and j variable. Outermost for loop is for processes. Here we have 5 processes, and the innermost for loop is for resource types. Here we have 3 resource types A, B, C. So that's why j less than 3. Next, just here we are performing the reading. So scan of percentage d comma ampersand max of I comma 0. So initially what is I value? 0. What is j value? 0. So max of 0, 0, max of 0, 1, max of 0, 2. Here j value is 3 only. So that's why in a row we can enter only 3 values. So max of 0, 0, max of 0, 1, max of 0, 2 is nothing but P naught process information. Next I value will become 1. Next j value is 0. So next max of 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2 means P1 information. So likewise we have to enter the data. If you see here, max information. So this 7 is nothing but max of 0, 0. 5 means max of 0, 1. Next this 3 means max of 0, 2. Okay. Next, if you see the second row, so this 3 means max of 1, 0, max of 1, 1, max of 2. So likewise we have to read allocation also. For allocation also we require 2 for loops. So for I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. For j equal to 0, j less than 3. Why? Because we have 3 resource types A, B, C. J less than 3, j plus plus. Scan of percentage d comma ampersand alloc of ij. If you see the program, so scan of percentage d comma ampersand alloc of I comma j. Now let us calculate the need. The formula for the need is very very simple. So need of I comma j equal to max of I comma 0 minus allocation of I comma 0. So if you see the problem, so the formula for the need is max minus allocation. Here this is need. So need equal to, what is need of 0, 0? Max of 0, 0, that is 7, minus allocation of 0, 0, that is 0. So 7 minus 0 means 7. Next, what is need of 0, 1? Need of 0, 1 means max of 1, 0, that is 5. Allocation, max of 0, 1. That means 5 minus 1, that is 4. Next, 3 minus 0, that is 3. Next, 3 minus 2. Max of 1, 0 means 3. Allocation of 1, 0 means 2. So 3 minus 2 means 1. Next 2, 2. So likewise we have to do the subtraction. Okay. If you see the program, yeah, in this way we can calculate the need. Now let us see the logic here. So for each process, the finish of I value is false. So that means finish of 0 is false, finish of 1 is false. If you see here, for each process, so finish of 0 equal to false. Next finish of 1 equal to, if you see here, finish of 0 equal to false. Next finish of 1 equal to false. Finish of 2f, finish of 3f, finish of 4f. So for each process that finish value is false. It is a character value. So that's why we can initialize only a single character, that is f here. Next we have to calculate the total number of, here we have to calculate the available resources. If you see the problem here, already you people know about the problem. Here what is our target is we have to find out the available resources. For available resources, the formula is, we know the formula, total number of resources minus allocated resources. If you see A, total number of resources are 10, whereas allocated resources are, if we have to observe this column, A column. So 0 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 0. So that is 7. So total number of resources are 10, whereas allocated resources are 7. So 10 minus 7 means 3. So that 3 will be written here. So that 3 is nothing but available. So now we have to calculate these allocated resources. So in order to calculate the allocated resources, what we have to do, we have to add all these values. So what is this index? This 0 is nothing but allocation 0, 0. This 2 is nothing but allocation 1, 0. So allocation 2, 0. Allocation 3, 0. So that means every time we have to use the incremented value. So that's why we have to use j variable. So if you see here, so initially the total allocated resources are 0. Next, total allocated equal to, here we have to do reverse, I less than 3, j less than 5. J less than 5. Why? Because here we have to repeat for 5 processes. So total allocated equal to total allocated plus allocation of ji. What is the value of j? 0. What is the value of I? 0. So allocation of 0 0 plus allocation of 1 0 plus allocation of 2 0 plus allocation of 3 0 plus allocation of 4 0. So what is the value here? Total allocated value is, what is the value? So 0 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 0, that is nothing but 7. So total allocated value is 7. Now in order to get the available, we have to subtract this total RES value with this allocated value. So let us see that formula. So available of I equal to that total RES of I, that is nothing but 10. So 10 minus, what is this value? What is this value? Let this value is 7. So 10 minus 7 means 3. So that 3 will be stored in available of 0. Next, same that value will be stored in work of 0. So work is nothing but available only. So work of 0 equal to available of 0. So what is work of 0 now? Available of 0. So what is available of 0? 3. So now this work of 0 will also contains 3. So likewise we have to calculate available resources of resource type B and available resources of resource type C. So work will become, what is the available? 332. So this is the logic. This is the logic for calculating the available resources. So available resources formula is total resources minus allocated resources. Okay. And next what we are doing is, this is optional. If you want to display the result, otherwise it is not needed. So here what we are doing is, we are displaying that allocated matrix as well as that maximum matrix and then need matrix. So totally we have displayed those three. Next, let us see the logic. So here available is also displayed. Available is one dimensional array. So only one for loop is enough. Here we have only 3 resource types. So I less than 3 is enough. I less than 5 is not needed. Okay. Next, let us see the logic here. Same for I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. J equal to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. So here we have 2 for loops. Outermost for loop as well as innermost for loop. Here the logic is very simple. If finish of I equal to false as well as need is less than or equal to work, then we can execute that process. If need is less than or equal to work, then we can execute that process. So we have to set the state as 1, state equal to 1. Okay. Then if state equal to 1, after the innermost for loop, if state equal to 1, then what we can do is we can execute that process. So after executing that process, we have to add allocated resources of that process to the work. So for that purpose, we use this statement, work of j equal to work of j plus allocation of I comma j. Next, we have to make that process as true. Why? Because that process has completed its execution. Next, in order to calculate the safe sequence, we are using these 2 statements. So now let us discuss this for loop one by one in detail. So if finish of I equal to false, so what is the first process? The first process is I equal to 0. Yes, finish of 0. Initially all the processes finish value is 0 only. And need of 0 0 is less than or equal to work of 0 0. Here we have 3 resource types. So we have to compare each resource type. So what is need of 0 0? Need of 0, yeah, if you see here 743 minus, if you see here for P0 process, initially I value is 0. So 743 less than 332. What is the first? What is need of 0 0? Need of 0 0 means 7. Next, need of 0 1 means 4. Need of 0 2 means 3. So we have to compare need of 0 0 with that work. So 7 is less than 3. So the first condition is false. So there is no need to compare the remaining 2 conditions. Suppose if the first condition is true, then we can check remaining 2 also. So need of 0 0 is less than or equal to work of 0. Work of 0. So what is need of 0 0? This need of 0 0 means 7. What is work of 0 3? So 7 less than 3, that condition is false. So what will happen is, if the condition is false, then what will happen? Here the condition is false. So if body won't be executed. If body won't be executed. Why? Because here we have logical AND operator. What is logical AND operator? If one condition is false, then the entire expression is false. Here the if condition is false, so else block will be executed. What is else block? State equal to 0. Here what is state value? 1. So 0 double equal to 1. So condition is false. Next, what is I value? Initially I value is 0 only. So nothing will get executed. So next I plus plus. Next I value will become 1. Whereas what is j value? What is j value? J value will be 0 only. Okay. Next, if finish of I double equal to f, what is I value? 1. Finish of 1 double equal to false. Yes, condition is true. Next, need of what is I value? 1. What is j value? 0. So need of 1 0 is less than or equal to work of 0. So what is need of 1 0? What is need of 1 0? 1. What is work of 0? 3. So 1 less than 3. Yes, condition is true. So if the condition is true, then what will happen? State equal to 1. Now state value will become 1. Okay. State value will become 1. So next what will happen is here this for loop execution is over. If you see here, so this is our innermost for loop. Innermost for loop contains if and else. So here if body is executed, so else body won't be executed. Next to j plus plus, j will become 1. J will become 1. So now what is need of 1 1? What is need of 1 1? So need of 1 1 means 4. Need of what is need of 1 1? 2. What is work of 1? 3. So 2 less than 3. Yes, condition is true. So state equal to 1. Next, need of next value, that is 2. So 2 is less than or equal to 2. Here the condition is it's not less than, it is equal to, less than or equal to. If it is equals to, then also we can execute that process. So 2 is less than or equal to 2. Yes, all the 3 conditions are true. All the need of 0 0 is less than or equal to work of 0. Next, need of 0, if you see here, we have to use less than or equal to. Next, j will become 4. So 4 less than 3. Condition is false. So the control comes out from the innermost for loop. Now what is state value? State value is 1. State value is 1. If state double equal to 1, yes, condition is true. Then what we have to do? We have to remove allocated resources from that process. We have to add the allocated resources of that process to the work. So here we have 3 resource types. So that's why for j equal to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus, work of j equal to work of j plus allocation of ij. Here what is I value? I value is 1. So allocation of 1 0 will be added. Next allocation of 1 1 will be added. Allocation of 1 2 will be added. So what is 1 0? If you see the example, so allocation of 1 0 means, so this matrix, so this 2 0 0 will be added. If you see here, this 2 0 0 will be added. So 5 3 2 is the process. So likewise what will happen is next let us see the next one also. Next statement is also very very important. So next work is added. Next finish of I equal to true. What is I value now? 1. So finish of 1 equal to true. Next safe of value equal to I. So this safe is for safe sequence array. The initial value of the value is 0. So now safe of 0 equal to what is I value? Now I value is 1. So that means first we are executing which process? First to process. Safe of 0 equal to 1. Next to plus plus value. So that means after safe of 0, the next value will be stored in 1. So next value will become 1. So what is safe of 0? Safe of 0 means 1. So that means we are executing first process. Next value will become, what is the next value? So 0 is over. What is the next value? 1 is the next value. Next I double equal to 4. What is I value here? 1 only. So condition is false. So nothing will get executed. So likewise here, the first process is executed. So next what will happen is likewise, if you see the problem, so first P1 got executed. So next what will happen? Next P2 will be executed. So next P2 will be executed, and after that P4 will be executed, and after that if you see here, first P1 will be executed. So next P2 condition is false. Next P3 will be executed. Next P4 will be executed. So P1 is executed. Next P3 will be executed. Next P4 will be executed. So and after that, after P4, we have to execute we have to start from P0 onwards. So for that, let's see what is the logic. So first P1 is executed, next P3 is executed, next P4 is executed. Next we have to go back from the 0. So now let's see how we can do that. Okay. Next, if you see here, uh, finish of I equal to true, save of value equal to I plus value. So 1 is executed, 3 is executed, 4 is executed. So what is the value now? So now the value is, it may be something like 3 is the value. Why? Because now we have 3 elements in the save sequence. If I double equal to 4, now what is I value? What is I value? Now I value is 4 only. So 4, why? Because we reaches to the final index. So P0 is over, P1 is over, P2 is over, P3 is over, P4 is over. So now I value is 4 only. If I double equal to 4, yes, condition is true. Next, if value double equal to 5, but here value is not a 5. Why? Because till now only we got 3 processes in the save sequence. So P1 process, P3 process, P4 process. So value is 3 only. 3 or it may be 4. So that condition is false. So else block will be executed. So now I value will become -1. So else, now what will happen? I value will become -1. So once again what will happen? The control goes to the outermost for loop. So in this for loop what will happen? I plus plus. Previously what is I value? -1. So now I will become -1 plus 1 means I will become 0. So again we have to start comparison from 0 onwards. So 0th process will be compared. Next first process, second process, likewise it will be compared. So let us see the logic one more time. So this is for process repetition. This for loop is for resource type repetition. Next, if finish of I equal to false as well as need is less than or equal to work, then we can execute that process. So we have to set state as 1, else. So that means if both the conditions are false, if one of the condition is false, then the state value is 0 and execute break statement. And then control comes out from the, here I will share this program in the first comment. So please go through the first comment for the program. If state equal to 1, then what will happen is that process execution will be over. Why? Because need is less than or equal to work. Then what we have to do is we have to add allocated resources of that process to the work. So here we have 3 resource types. So I add them. Next, that process got completed its execution. So we have to set finish as true. Next, we have to place that process index in the safe array. So safe of value equal to I. So that means safe of 0 equal to 1. Next what will happen? Plus value. That means value will become 1. So safe of 1 equal to what is the next process? Let it be the, what is the next process after first process? After first process, what is the next process? Third process. So safe of 1 equal to 3. Next, safe of 2 equal to 4. Next, I will become what? 4. I will, if you see here, what is I value? Here we have 4. So whenever I becomes 4, then we have to check the value. But here that value is, the safe array contains only 3 elements. So it is not a 5. So condition is false. So else block will get executed. So I equal to -1. So I value will be set to -1. So once again the for loop, that outermost for loop will get executed I plus plus. So I will become 0. So once again we have to start from 0th onwards. Okay. So let us see the now program execution. So likewise next we have to display the save sequence. So P1, P3, P4, P0, P2, likewise the output will be printed. If you see the output here, I enter instances of each resource 10, 5, 7. Next enter maximum resources for each process. Process 0 resources are 7, 5, 3. Process 1 resources 3, 2, 2, 2. This is our Galvin example only. Process 2, 902. Process 3, 322. Process 4, 4, 2, 3. So likewise we have to enter allocated resources. Process 0 allocated resources are 010, 200, 302, 211, 002. So likewise we will get that allocated resources matrix, maximum resources matrix, need matrix, available resources. Here this is important. Save sequence P1, P3, P4, P0, P2. So if you see the program, so this is our program. Already this program is executed. So if you see this is our program. This is our program. I will share this program code in the first comment. Uh, yeah, if we run the program, then we will get output as P1, P1, P3, P4, P0, and P2. So this is about banker's algorithm C program.